Welcome to Hashtag Radio. I'm Fid McAwesome.
I'm Chris McAwesome.
And on this week's Uncultured Roundup of social media, web tech and gaming, we're going to be talking very heavily this week about platform censorship.
Yeah, we're also going to be taking a look at Facebook moderators.
Yep. And we're going to be talking about our favourite game at the moment.
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76.
The Storm.
And why if you have left this game, why you should come back.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get going.
Free speech consequences. It's all the rage.
It is. Not a new argument.
No, it's definitely not a new argument.
Yeah.
However, over the recent, week, 2 weeks, there's been a lot of activity around that subject.
Yeah.
Especially in regards to one person.
One particular person?
Yeah. He's a rugby league? Rugby
player.
Oh, rugby player.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know whether he was a league player or not.
You may be able to tell that we're not the biggest sport viewers.
Yeah. So his name's Israel Folau.
Yeah.
I might have said that wrong, actually. Folau.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, is he? Is he the boy?
Not our boy.
Yeah,
Not my boy.
Okay. And I just want to share some of the comments he made during a church service that the church then posted onto their social media page.
Okay.
Every day. But we have the power of God within us to be able to stand up and do that. I went to a function in Melbourne, a Christian function that I was invited to by this organisation, and they had a person within the Parliament come up and speak and talk about what Parliament is trying to instill into the government going forward. And he spoke about 9 points, and a lot of the points is talking about how the work of the sin, homosexuality, is in disguise to try and take over within this world. And you see a lot of things in today's news and everything. They're allowing young kids in primary school to be able to have the permission to change their gender if they want, by taking away the permission of their parents. Now they're trying to take control as a government to make those decisions for young kids that, basically that are 16 years old or younger. They don't even know what they're doing. But this is the thing. This is what the devil is trying to do to instill into this government, into this world, into this society, and it's slowly happening. The sad thing is, why a lot of people out there that are non-Christians, say bad things about the church, is because a lot of the churches today, they allow those things to happen. They say that a man and a man should be able to be married, and that's nothing wrong with it. This ties into the thing of pleasing man rather than pleasing God and standing up for the truth.
So Israel Folau lost his contract.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah, he lost a lot of money because of his quite obvious
homophobia?
Yeah, anti-homosexuality stance.
Yeah.
Now, it's not unusual.
Actually, his post wasn't just anti-homosexuality. It was anti-homosexuality, anti-rape, anti-philanderer. But it was the homosexuality that got people upset.
Yeah. He was quite adamant that all homosexuals go to hell.
Yeah.
And of course, this caused a bit of a stir, and it actually broke the conduct rules of Rugby Australia.
Yeah.
And so they let him go.
Yeah.
Instead of laying that down as, I suppose, he thought it was a sacrifice. That was not a sacrifice he was willing to make, because he then decided he was going to take them to court.
Yeah, so it was... Yeah. Yeah.
And so it would have just played out in the media and people would have just shared it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he decided that he would put up a GoFundMe
So he was going to make the sacrifice of losing his job, but not the sacrifice of spending his own money to go to court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made that sermon that we just heard.
Was that like a couple of weekends ago?
No, that was just gone.
Okay.
Yeah, so he actually made that after he put up the GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
I think to try and justify his stance by saying that it had Christian
values,
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
completely
then
ignoring do unto others.
yes, and then he had a disclaimer on the GoFundMe page.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be honest. I didn't actually read the GoFundMe. I saw the social media fracas.
Yeah, that occurred over
yeah.
him having a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
The disclaimer actually had on it that he wouldn't, even though you were donating the money for him to use in his legal fees with his fight against
The
Rugby Australia.
Yeah, the Australian Rugby Union.
Yeah. There was a disclaimer on there that said it might not actually be used for that and could be used for anything he wanted. Him and his family wanted on
So
either.
if it was only going to cost $1 million for the legal fees.
Yeah, he was
and
asking for $3 million.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he had $2 million left over.
Yeah.
He'd be fine to go and spend that on cars and shit.
Yeah. And now he's not broke. He's actually got something like $7 or $9 million worth of property.
Yeah. Millions of dollars worth of property.
Yeah.
Well invested. Like, kudos to him. Like,
Yeah.
he actually spent his money well.
I don't know. Those are just his real estate assets.
Yeah.
We don't know what other assets he has.
No.
But it was the audacity, I guess, of a rich man asking for help
Yeah.
to fight for his right to condemn or oppress homosexuality. Which brings me to GoFundMe.
Yes.
Who today decided that was actually against their rules,
Yep.
their code of conduct, and they actually shut.
Yeah, they pulled his entire fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said they don't actually support hate speech.
Yep.
And when you are, when you're directing and saying that somebody is evil, you're to a group of people.
Yeah.
That's hate speech, no matter how.
Back in the 1940s, 1930s, Jews were called evil in Germany.
Yeah, 100%.
We look at that now and think it's abhorrent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
No different.
Yeah.
So the platform actually... Because he got something like 700,000 in a weekend.
Yeah, we got close to that first mill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was pretty fucking disgusting, to
Yeah.
be honest. Like, there are a lot of
people support his shit.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people on
surprised.
GoFundMe who actually need help. Like that kid, I think someone raised the point that there was a kid on there who has like this rare form of cancer that doesn't get any.
Yeah, is he the one who only needed like 250k?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
And yet $700,000 was raised for a rich man.
Yeah.
But again, this is the generation, I guess, and these are the people that also helped fund that Kardashian so that she could...
So she could become the first self-made millionaire under 20 or some shit.
Yeah,
under
self-made
25.
billionaire?
Yeah.
Not millionaire.
Yeah.
But it's not self-made
If your followers are donating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're asking for money, are you really self-made?
Yeah.
So it's been interesting, but I wouldn't say interesting. I'd say pretty abhorrent to watch. One thing I was interested in, though, was the fact that GoFundMe had actually, in all sense and purposes, censored.
Yeah.
They censored something on their platform.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people tend to get really upset when this happens.
When censorship happens, yeah.
When censorship happens. Yet we don't get upset when censorship happens on radio and TV.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happens. It's been happening
for years.
50 years now.
Yeah.
Big run. Oh, probably more, 60, 70 years.
Yeah. And radio as well, so yeah.
Yeah, of censorship. Things that you can't say, things you can't put on.
When we were both working in media, it's one of the first things you're taught when you're studying.
Yeah, you actually
is what you can and can't do.
Yeah, and you go and meet the censors.
Yeah.
We went to go meet the censor.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, it'd be so amazing to have that kind of job. And after meeting him, I was like, no, I do not want your job.
So I was fascinated when we went. This is a complete side story, but fascinating.
Yeah.
To meet the censors, and we asked. So actually, it was me who asked the question. Probably anyone who knows me won't be surprised. As I asked the question, so you guys have to actually watch or listen or play the games or listen to the soundtracks or whatever of everything so you can censor them. And they go, yes. And I go, what about porn?
Yeah.
And they were like, yes, we actually have to watch
everything
that gets released here. And there's a part of me that was like, that sounds like an amazing job. But there was the other part of me that realised, wait, that means all porn.
Yeah.
And there's some disgusting shit that people try and bring into the country.
Yeah, it definitely messes with your mind. I guess that's why censors have those therapy sessions all the time.
Yeah. Actually, I remember them saying, like, the average censor, I think back then, only worked as a censor for like 4.5 years or something. Yeah,
because it's a pretty intense job. Anyway, GoFundMe is a platform in itself.
Yeah.
Not unlike YouTube.
Yeah. Taking away what they do for what their
YouTube
business
or
is.
Facebook. It's people who put up that content.
Yep.
Or Twitch for that matter.
Yep. And they're receiving something in return for it.
Yeah. And the platforms actually turned around and said no. It's funny that that's happened because you get platforms like Facebook who are saying that they're not responsible for what people put up. Or they're trying to say that they're not really that responsible. That's why they put in these vague terms of services. Because they don't really want the responsibility. Yeah. Yet they kind of do have a responsibility. That's
and they
why
know they have it,
why they have censors. They just don't want to be in charge of everything.
Yeah.
In Australia, there is actually a kid, an Aboriginal kid or something.
Oh, yeah.
Who is taking...
a news outlet to court.
Over the comments that were actually made on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because Facebook say that they're not responsible for what other people put up in the content. News media outlets.
Are they responsible for the moderation of comments?
Are they then responsible for the moderation? A little bit like on GoFundMe, where some cunt put up something stupid that got taken down because, as far as GoFundMe was concerned, that's a breach, and they are not a place for freedom of speech. They have quite clear guidelines.
Yeah.
Facebook also have supposedly had these clear guidelines that they don't actually enforce, and because those aren't enforced, that's then kind of trickled down to, well, if Facebook aren't responsible for moderating people, then that then becomes the responsibility of those who own those pages, such as the news media outlets, which are currently being taken to court, which whatever happens in this court case is actually going to be set as precedent, because
it'll be the first time
it'll be happened. The government, it'll be in Australia at least, it'll be the judicial government saying that people are responsible for content that occurs on their pages.
Yeah.
It's what I find interesting is, as a user of Facebook, we kind of have a double standard where we go, well, they're not responsible for what people say.
Yeah.
But then if a company posted that,
we'd say that the company's responsible.
Yeah, we'd say the company is responsible. Is it then any different if we apply that to a news media? Do we give them an exemption because it's people's opinions and everybody has an opinion? Or are we actually focusing this on the wrong, and should it be redirected back to Facebook, who actually own the fucking platform?
Yeah. So this is where it does become interesting, is we're talking here about freedom of speech essentially, right? So when it comes to Izzy Folau, he believes he had the freedom to have his belief and spread his opinion spread his belief.
Yeah.
Right? Spread the word of his belief, whether it offended somebody or not. On Facebook, happens all the time, especially with politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where people want to be able to say what they believe, whether it offends someone or not.
Yeah.
Twitter's a bit more lenient on their policies.
Yeah, well, they've still got Trump there, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of porn.
Yeah.
So this brings up the discussion of who is responsible. Is it the platform because they're giving an outlet?
Yeah.
Or is it the person who is saying this horrible shit?
Or is it both?
Or is it the middleman, like you said earlier, which would be, for example, the news agency, who
facilitate that?
They've put the original content on the Facebook's platform, but the horrible comments are coming from the public.
Yeah. So is it their responsibility to moderate their comments?
Yeah. So this is, let me put this to you this way. Freedom of speech allows people to be able to say what they want, whenever they want.
Yeah.
Right? They're allowed to express their opinion. They're allowed to hold a belief. If they are talking about that in the street, nobody's going to go and shut down that street.
No.
Right?
Correct.
But they say that on the digital street, which is Facebook or Twitter, they can be censored.
But we censor them when they are yelling shit on the street. We call the cops.
Yeah, when they're yelling shit like a crazy man.
Yeah.
But if someone's just having a conversation with their boys, you'll be disgusted with some shit that someone says, but we can't do anything about it.
Yeah. But I guess if we put it into a public space.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about a public space, like standing in the street.
Yeah, standing in the street and just yelling shit.
Well, okay, so if you're yelling it, if you've got a megaphone and you're yelling that same shit, that's completely different. So are you basically saying that if I put a Facebook post out, I'm yelling into a megaphone?
Yeah, aren't
you?
In
the digital street. Well, no, I'm just putting it out there for my group of friends.
Your group of friends of how
like
many?
300 people.
You got more than 300?
Yeah, I have. On Twitter,
you'll find 500 people.
Yeah, okay, so on Twitter, if I put something out there, it's my small group of 3,000 friends.
It's... Okay, so I would use a real life example.
Yep. By the way, I'm not backing.
This is scandalous.
This is just me putting across my opinion. Or not my opinion, my...
Yeah, let me get to my scandalous analogy. Okay, real life example.
Mm-hmm.
We were living in a small town when we discovered that a woman had cheated.
Oh, yeah. This was scandal.
A woman had cheated. A man had cheated on his wife with another woman. How we found out was because someone actually went around dropping off flyers of the picture of the woman and the man, calling them both as sluts and whores or whatever, their phone numbers, and it was shoved into our letterbox for us to pick up. And that's how we discovered that these two people had been cheating on their partners.
And one of them was one of our friends. And we sent a message, hey, do you know this is going around?
Yeah. Well, we weren't friends.
We knew them. Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we probably should do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially that's me. That would be the same as a digital street.
Yeah.
I've gone around and I've put onto your timeline some racist shit.
So I would say, to use an analogy, I would say that would be me going onto your Facebook page.
Well, no, yeah.
No. So, right? But my analogy was me just putting it as my status.
Either way, that was offensive.
It totally was.
She got charged, the woman, the wife, she actually got charged with harassment and misuse of mail or something.
Misuse of public mail or something. Yeah, something weird.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We don't have those type of laws as such for our digital space.
No,
well, you do in New Zealand now.
Yeah, well, there's things that have changed there for good reason.
Well, it was only... actually, it would be longer. It'd be like 5 years ago when New Zealand implemented the digital
Act. Australia has the same laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so where it prevents you from actually being able to say all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think now
hate speech is illegal.
Hate speech is illegal. I think now that it's become, because more people can hear it, more people who don't want to hear it are hearing it. I don't want to hear this shit. Yet it ends up on my page.
Yeah. So.
And I get angry over it.
To go back to your first point, the one of GoFundMe, right?
Can I finish?
Okay, I thought you were. Sorry.
No. So, if I don't want to hear it and it ends up on my page, who is responsible for that? I want to complain. I don't want to see this shit. If I did that on Facebook, it would be, please just delete or block this person, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But if it's spreading around to a point where it becomes kind of like a viral, because it's a virus, because that's essentially what hate is like. Hate is like
correct.
a virus. It just affects all
People.
the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, crooks and nannies.
Crooks and nannies? Nannies and crooks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Crooks and nannies. Wait.
No, it's nooks and crannies.
Nooks and crannies. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it affects all of that.
Yeah.
But we have laws, like you said. Who is responsible for enforcing those?
Yeah. Okay. And that is an interesting conversation. So the question does come back to, like, what I was about to go back to before, to GoFundMe. Is it their responsibility, or do they have a right to stop them from doing a fundraiser, where the fundraiser wasn't actually spreading the hate?
It was protecting
It
the
was
hate.
protecting his right to hate.
Okay, so GoFundMe actually said it went against their terms and conditions because it is in support of discrimination, which is against their policy.
Yeah.
As a platform,
I believe they have every right.
As a platform, they're not a government.
No.
They don't have to give you freedom of speech.
No, they don't.
Just like a cafe doesn't have to listen to your shit
Yeah.
if you start singing.
Yeah, and they can ask you to leave.
They can ask you to leave.
Yeah, if you're being horribly racist, they can ask you to leave.
If you shit on their table, they can ask you to leave.
Yeah.
And the platform is no different.
Yeah.
And so the platform has the right. They are a business.
Yeah.
And it's my house. I guess this is the thinking. In my house, it is my rules. And I actually don't have to listen to your bullshit. I can kick your ass out. And vice versa. I wouldn't go into someone else's home.
I have done that before. Ask someone to leave.
Yeah.
Because they've said something fucking horrible.
And I wouldn't go into someone else's home and start doing something that I know would be offensive.
Yeah.
Or go, actually, this is my freedom of right, or my right to freedom of speech. You can't kick me out just because you don't like what I say. And then I can actually turn around and go, well, yeah, I can, because it's my fucking house.
Yeah.
Platforms have the right to be able to say that, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that Xbox actually did an announcement.
Yes. So, Phil Spencer from Xbox released a blog last week, I believe it was, just going over the changes that they're planning on making going forward to the Xbox Live service. Predominantly chat and the messenger service and stuff. And they outline a few bits and pieces, but the key takeaway in it is this one statement where he straight out says, the Xbox Live platform is not a platform of free speech. They do not want it to be a place where people feel safe expressing hate or discrimination.
Yeah.
And this is an interesting one because he does say, hate does not have a home with gaming and gaming. At the moment, it currently does.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be 100% real here. As the amount of times I have been fucking called horrible things on fucking Xbox or PlayStation chat.
Yeah.
Been told things that people were going to do to my mother. I've been called the N-bomb. I've been called all sorts of shit, right?
Yeah.
And that has been...
How does a white boy get called the N-bomb?
I don't know. They probably hear my accent and just assume I'm from some country that... I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Probably hear me and go, he sounds Polynesian. But yeah, right? We've told our own son off for using that same language.
Yeah.
Because he feels comfortable using it because it's common.
Yeah.
On gaming. And I think, look, personally, I think Xbox is doing the right thing here. They own their platform. They don't want hate. The only way that we're going to stop hate from being in these platforms, whether it's gaming, or whether it's Facebook, or whether it's Twitter, or whether it's YouTube, or whatever, is to take ownership of our platforms and say, you know what? This is my platform. This is mine. Well, as a company at least.
Yeah.
And go, if I don't want you here, I don't want you here. Exactly the same thing you said about the house. If I don't want you here spilling your bullshit, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Piss off. PlayStation have also made the same announcement, or similar announcement, that they will actually perma-ban entire accounts if you're found to be using hate speech.
Yeah.
And that includes just dropping the N-bomb. If someone reports you,
you're out.
Lose your account. And I have spoken to people who said, oh, that's unfair, it should be a strike system. No, I don't want to give you 3 chances to call someone the N-bomb.
Yeah. I think you should, you've been told once.
Yeah. You do really need to be told twice that that's inappropriate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let alone 3 times?
Yeah. Oh, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, PewDiePie, learn your lesson. Yeah. So it's an interesting conversation because, yeah.
Well,
it also
I
comes
kind
down
of don't think it is. I think it is an interesting conversation. I do not think it is complicated as we try and make it to be.
So I don't think it's complicated.
Yeah, so either my viewpoint is you're either going to facilitate that or you're not going to facilitate that. GoFundMe was pretty clear, and much respect to them, that they're not going to facilitate that type of discrimination.
Yeah. They're not going to stand for that shit.
Yeah. I would imagine they would pull down then a homosexual court case against a Christian church for the same reasons. If there was a homosexual...
If there was a court case against a church or against a...
Yeah, if there was a case...
Where some gay rights group was trying to raise money to take a... church to court.
Yeah.
So you saying...
Because it'd be discrimination, wouldn't it? If it goes one way, it has to swing the other.
Well, yeah, it does have to swing the other, but... I think that's...
Are you trying to make excuses?
No, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to put this into context here. Would the Christian organisation... Would the gay organisation...
If there was... Okay, so...
LGBT
in this
organisation...
instance, if a sports star...
Yeah.
Came out and said that all Christians were terrible.
That does happen, and people do get away with saying shit like that. And so I'm saying
racist people, but yeah, they don't start a GoFundMe page. No. And then he starts a GoFundMe page because he's rich and he wants to take down the Australian Rugby Union because they won't let him be discriminatory against Christians.
It's a can of worms.
It's not a can of worms. You're either for it or you're against it. You either don't facilitate discrimination or you do.
Yeah. So I'm not for discrimination, but
there's no but.
Okay, no. This is my but here. Let me get my butt out.
Shake that butt. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's not discrimination if it's them making a stand against discrimination.
Did I say that?
It's
wasn't my context. Like no, it wasn't my context that a homosexual man who played sports came out and started talking anti-Christian shit. That they all need to be shot or go to hell or whatever.
Yeah. You'd need to know the context of what he said that for. If he's just coming out and just saying...
Well, that's just what Israel's saying, isn't it? He's just come out and started saying awful shit about homosexuals.
Okay, in that case, yes. If he's just coming out and saying it, yes. I agree.
Yeah.
If he's...
Don't make excuses. You either discriminate or you don't.
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
And so I think I think it's your kind of... I think it's that thinking that you have.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people, not you... But where a lot of people cloud You either discriminate or you don't.
Yeah.
You're either anti-something or you're for something. Like, yeah, there are lots of times when there are grey areas.
Yeah.
But when it comes to certain, I think, moral, ethic values...
Yeah. Like, if somebody is just being outright anti-Christian, saying that Christians shouldn't be allowed to practice
well, we
their
get
religion...
that. We get that with a lot of Islamic
Well, that's what I was just about to say.
Churches say that.
Yeah.
Oh, not a lot of them. There are a few speakers
that say that Christians shouldn't be able to...
Yeah, that Christians should be shot.
Yeah.
It's quite common on
horrible.
YouTube
Yeah.
when you find those videos.
Yeah, that's horrible, and the same goes the other way.
Yeah, but that's my thing, is those should be taken down.
Yeah, it should be 100% taken down.
Because
if you're
you're
encouraging hate towards anybody, then yes,
yeah.
it should stop.
So it should stop.
Yeah.
And it should be taken down if that's part of your terms and services.
Yeah.
I think where we get our confusion is when companies aren't clear on their values and ethics.
Yeah.
And we start to question, like we would question Facebook. We constantly question Facebook. It has a lot of the cards. It has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And it doesn't use it.
Yeah.
For anyone's benefit. It doesn't censor. All it does censor. And that's actually what we're going to get back into next.
Yeah. This week, The Verge,
Yes.
they released an investigative article about Facebook's moderation contractors.
Yeah, I think this writer's actually done a piece on this before.
Yeah, he did. He did one on...
Like, was it a few years ago?
Yeah. They've previously done something on this.
Yeah.
But basically, they spoke to a whole bunch of people that work for a contracting company in Phoenix called Cognizant. I think I've pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
Basically, they are the contractors who do the physical, in-person moderation of content that gets flagged on Facebook.
Yeah.
Long story short, Facebook doesn't have the resources and time to be able to do this themselves, and
shit.
so they have hired contracting companies such as Cognizant to have offices all around the world, so that 24 hours a day they have people moderating content on Facebook.
Interestingly enough, how do you say it?
Cognizant.
Cognizant. Yeah. Last year was actually named 2018 Employer of the Year in Australia.
So it's funny that they say that. So that's in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're saying earlier that they've also got offices in New Zealand?
Yeah. Cognizant.
Yeah.
Is actually worldwide, so they have offices everywhere. They're a large consulting company.
Yeah.
Massive.
So you say that they were Employee of the Year.
In Australia, 2018.
This is the key finding. So this is the too long didn't read of what was found in this investigation by The Verge.
Yeah.
Right?
This is for the Tampa, Florida
This
office.
is only for... No, this is Phoenix.
Tampa.
Phoenix. I'm just showing Cruise.
Oh, okay.
This is for their Phoenix office.
Alright.
Okay. So moderators in Phoenix will make only an average of $28,000 a year.
So
while the average Facebook employee has a compensation of $240,000.
Whoa!
So roughly 100% less. 100%? 10 times. 10 times less. 10 times less than a Facebook employee. In stark contrast to the perks
so
lavished...
So 40,000 Australian.
Yeah. In stark contrast to the perks lavished on Facebook employees, team leaders are micromanaged. Every bathroom break's monitored. 2 Muslim employees have been ordered to stop praying during their 9 minutes per day of allotted wellness time. Employees can be fired after making just a handful of errors a week, and those who remain live in fear of the former colleagues returning to seek vengeance. One man they spoke with had actually started bringing a gun to work to protect himself.
Jesus.
Employees have been found having sex inside of stairwells and arrest rooms reserved for lactating mothers, and what one employee described as trauma bonding. So basically, to get a rush and make themselves feel good while they're at work because of all the horrible shit they're seeing, they're going and fucking in the offices.
Yeah.
Right, to give them some sort of rush. Moderators cope with seeing traumatic images and videos by telling dark jokes about committing suicide, then smoking weed on their breaks to numb their emotions.
This isn't the latest article.
Okay, so there's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the article I was talking about.
Okay. Employees have found are developing PTSD-like symptoms after they leave the company, but are no longer eligible for support from Facebook or Cognizant.
Yeah.
And employees have begun to embrace the fringe viewpoints of videos and memes that they're supposed to moderate. Including there's a flat earther, a Holocaust denier, and a former employee has said he no longer believes 9/11 was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, that was that article.
That's the previous one, is it?
That's the previous one.
Okay.
It was actually came out not long after Trump
so is there
became president.
So what are the key findings on this one?
So the most recent article, and so
this is the Tampa one, is it?
Yeah, this is the Tampa, Florida one. This is the one that was came out this week.
This week.
Is it? Just check. Yeah. June 19th. So the key findings on this was Facebook's content moderation site in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Which is, again, operated by
Cognizant. Yeah.
Is its lowest performing site in North America. It has never consistently enforced Facebook policies with 98% accuracy as stipulated in Cognizant's contract.
Yeah.
For the first time, 3 former Facebook moderators in North America are breaking their non-disclosure agreements and going on the record to discuss the working conditions on their site.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what this article is about.
Yeah.
A Facebook content moderator working for Cognizant in Tampa had a heart attack at his desk and died last year. Senior management initially discouraged employees from discussing the incident for fear it would hurt productivity.
The fuck?
Tampa workers have filed 2 sexual harassment cases against co-workers since April. It's June now.
Yeah. Wasn't that long ago?
Yeah. These are now before the US Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Facilities at the Tampa site are often filthy, so they're still filthy.
Yep.
With workers reporting that the office's only bathroom has repeatedly been found smeared with feces and menstrual blood.
What the fuck?
These people are getting fucked up.
Yeah, they're getting fucked up from their work and going finger painting in their fucking shit break.
Workers have also found pubic hair and fingernails at their desks, along with other bodily waste.
Okay, continue.
Verbal and physical fights at the office are common, so are reports of theft. The Phoenix site has been dealing with an infestation of bed bugs for the past 3 months. And Facebook says it will conduct an audit of its partner sites and make other changes to promote the well-being of its contractors. It said it would consider making more moderators full-time employees in the future and hopes to someday provide counselling. Counselling for moderators after they leave.
This is the point I wanted to get to here, right? As we've spoken about censorship and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
So this here is the flip side of that, where Facebook is making an attempt to censor, to moderate their content.
I honestly don't know what the fuck they're doing.
But they're doing a piss poor job of it. Like this contracting company is seeing some of the most horrible shit. Like there's a story in that first article about a woman who on her first day of training was basically, they're all called up to the front of the room and they're shown a piece of content and they have to decide whether or not that breaches Facebook's terms and conditions and if they would remove it. The video that she watched was of somebody murdering somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And was asked, will this thing? And she said she just burst into tears and left the room.
Yeah.
And I understand that this is the sort of shit that people are going to see. Like, let's take, for example, what happened in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Somebody had to watch that.
Yeah.
And decide, should this be on Facebook?
Yeah.
It took fucking way too long before someone made that fucking decision.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go there. But
I think we should actually go there, because I think this is the reason why it was on there for so long, is because you've got these people who aren't...
they're desensitised.
Yeah, properly equipped.
Yeah.
They're not going through their therapy sessions. The wellness aspect of it that they said that they were going to have, they're not getting.
They're not getting support.
These people are getting fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Quite obvious when you go into the
But
toilet and there's fucking feces and menstrual blood
everywhere.
everywhere.
We were just saying about how in New Zealand, like the government censors, they're actually given time off too. Like they work in blocks and shit like that, and they're given
it's hardcore.
Yeah, like there are things in place to help them through it.
Yeah.
And then they're after the contract's over, they're over. Because
humanity is sick.
Yeah.
There's some sick shit.
Yeah.
I actually remember asking the censor, what are some of the like depraved things?
Yeah.
Because I'm
curious.
Curious, and I guess because I was young and I kind of didn't think that this kind of shit existed.
Yeah. This is pre-internet, this conversation too.
And
not pre-internet, but pre-social media.
Yeah. I remember clearly him telling me about the time he had to watch a movie that included the rape of a 3-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And he had a 5-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Even though it was a fake act.
Yeah.
It was shown as if it was to be real.
Yeah.
And that's disturbing and disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was taken down.
Yeah.
No one will ever see that movie.
Yeah. Well, this is the internet. Someone's bound to have seen that movie now.
Yeah, if someone uploaded it. But it's that type of shit that they have to deal with on a constant basis.
Yeah.
And so when you start to restrict people from being able to talk about this kind of stuff, and because are you honestly going to go home and talk about that shit with your wife? No.
Because these people are actually told they're not allowed to.
Yeah,
they're not allowed to talk about their work life at home.
And you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to remind you that this shit
isn't normal.
Is fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think with what happened in New Zealand and seeing that, because it took so long, how many of those moderators did it have to go to before somebody actually went, you know what, guys, I don't think this is right? Because you've got all these fucked up people
what are the chances
watching up this fucked up shit, and they're fucked up because they're watching all this fucked up shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are the chances that the first person that saw that flagged live stream saw it and was one of the people who were sympathising with white supremacists?
Yeah.
Because of the fucked up beliefs that they're put in front of them.
Yeah, so last year, I think it was last year, an employee actually died. One of the moderators died at his desk. And the article goes on to describe how these people deal with it. At the moment that it's happening, while people are trying to do CPR. And it's fucking crazy. Like, it's actually not fucking normal.
Yeah.
How these people start coping in that environment, because they don't know what to do. What they think's normal is not normal anymore. And then they were told that they weren't allowed to talk about it anymore. He died at his fucking desk. Yeah, everybody was told go back to work. Like, he died at his desk in front of everybody. Paramedics came, took him away.
Yeah.
His father turned up to collect his things the next day and walked in and said, "This is the place where my son died." And was ushered quietly away so that he wouldn't disturb the other people from their work. It's... I can't remember the saying exactly, but it's something along the lines of when you're letting crazy people, the insane in charge of the asylum.
Yeah. Putting the addicts in charge of the heroin.
That's it, yeah. Maybe that is it, but same thing. And I think you've got this situation where you've got a money-hungry company, an agency, who is harming more people than they are saving them.
Yeah,
because I think the few things where they've got it right doesn't negate the horrible mistakes that are being made elsewhere.
So, this is my question. This is something else I'm going to put to you though, is there has also been there's a discussion about what is an alternative to this. Like, should we be using AI as a way to identify this stuff as well?
Oh, I think you can for some parts. Yeah.
For some parts, yes, but so I was talking to a person who works at one of these platforms literally a week ago about this discussion. And he goes, well, what are the chances that, using the Christchurch shooting once again as an example, would the AI pick that up as being live shooting? Or would it go, oh, this looks like Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine, I would have passed it.
Yeah. So AI doesn't always work.
No. I don't think you can do one or the other. I think it's a combination of everything.
Yeah. I think what they need to be doing is managing these people's mental health.
Yeah, I think it's irresponsible of Facebook to allow this kind of behaviour.
But are they not auditing their contractors?
Well, no. I mean, please, these are the people that gave access to everybody's data.
Yeah.
Look how long it took them to fix the bug I found.
Yeah.
That gave me everybody's email addresses.
Yeah.
7 million email addresses.
You got access to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually, the only reason why it stopped was because it froze my computer.
Yeah. That's right, you did that big download to see if it worked, eh?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what I'm going to do. What I was going to do with 7 million web email addresses.
No.
But
so the point I was going to make, though, is... where was I going with this?
I still think it's...
Oh, that's where I was going. So, I work in an agency, right?
Yeah.
And we are audited. We're a small agency that looks after social media and influencers and marketing, right? And we're audited by our clients.
Yeah.
How is Facebook, the biggest social media company in the world, who has some of the most power over opinion and all this sort of shit, and content distribution, all that in the world, how are they not more on the ball with auditing a company with a job as important as moderating everything that goes on their site?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked that they are not more on the ball here.
Yeah,
and not just auditing whether their process works, but auditing the mental health and care for those people.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the most important thing here, is in this entire article, or these entire 2 articles.
Yeah.
Is there's a clear mental health or mental wellness issue here that they're not looking after that.
Yeah. I would call it irresponsible.
It's definitely irresponsible.
Yeah, that's irresponsible corporate governance.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, those are pretty big subjects that we've just talked about.
I know, right? We should talk about something fun. Can we? We're going to wind this up. Let's take a breather. We'll come back and talk about Fallout 76.
Yeah, some shoot 'em up game.
Late last year, a small publishing company released
Aren't they considered the largest in the world?
No, they're considered the best in the world.
Okay.
The best gaming publisher of 2017, I believe or 2018.
Well, it's 2019 now, so...
Yeah. Well, they released a game called Fallout 76, one of the biggest franchises in gaming.
Yes, we talked about it last week.
Yeah. So
actually, we argued about it
last week. But I wanted to have a discussion about the changes that have happened recently and why, if you were disappointed with Fallout 76, rightfully so, when it first was released, why you should come back and reconsider. Now, granted, me and you have been enjoying the game since day one. We've had our issues with it, but we've enjoyed it and we've continued to play the adventure mode.
Ooh.
Right up until about, 3 months ago? We did cut back how much we've been playing it.
Yeah, and the reason why we cut down was because...
server issues?
Yeah, because of the issues.
Yeah.
Which was actually detrimental to
enjoyment of the game. Yeah. So, but these have all been solved.
Well...
I've been booted from a game, but that was because players left.
I've been booted from adventure mode.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Anyway, they have fixed a whole bunch of issues.
It's Monday.
Don't be a dick. You're exaggerating.
No,
massively.
I'm not.
You have not been kicked out that many times since this morning.
Twice. It's Sunday.
No, it's start of the week on Monday.
No,
we're not going to have this argument.
start of the week is Sunday.
No.
Anyway, we've been enjoying the storm.
So,
it's the Battle Royale.
Yeah. So, they announced the, what's it called, Nuclear Winter DLC.
We have talked a little bit about this already.
But since last week's show, we've been playing this almost every day.
Yeah.
Like,
so it was only supposed to be a beta. It was supposed to last
7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
And instead what they did was they've gone, it's still a beta.
Yeah.
But now people who own the game can still play.
So you can't play for free like you could last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have to actually own the game in order to play it.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
I know, right?
I am absolute shit at battle royales and shooting people.
Yep.
I think I've managed to kill 2 people.
Yep.
In the entire times I've played the game.
I think I'm at 4.
Yeah, I'm at 2.
Yeah.
Out of that, 100 games I've probably played.
Yeah. Look, we've put in some hours into Nuclear Winter.
Yeah. That was our Friday night and our Saturday night.
And our Sunday
and
night.
our Sunday night.
And tonight.
And it was tonight too.
Yeah. Before we sat down to the podcast, you were like, do you want to have a quick game on Fallout before we do the podcast? We'll chill out a bit.
We'll de-stress.
Yeah.
I get it when I was kids. I felt like yelling at the children to get off the game because I was
we
lagging.
did yell at our kid the other day because he was talking while we were playing the game.
He was talking too much.
Yeah.
He was playing with us.
Yeah, and he was in chat. We were just, can you shut up? We're trying to listen for footsteps and gunshots.
Yeah, we're trying to listen for other people. And he's walking around jumping and shit.
Yeah. But it's a really good game. So only 52 people on the map as opposed to 100 on every other Battle Royale.
Yeah, if there's not 52 people, it will just put whoever's in.
Yeah, so if you've got like 31 people.
I think the lowest I've actually been is 25 people.
Yeah, I think it was the other day we had 25 people and only you and I were in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
which was actually fun.
It was fun, yeah. So it was like duos. So there's no option for duos.
No.
There's no option for solo. It's only squads at this stage.
Yeah, you get in, 4 people, you got to team up.
Yep.
It's amazing. You can either go with your team or you can go rogue.
Exactly like any other Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except on Fortnite, don't they? They can go solo.
You can go solo, but I mean like in the squads, if you want to go rogue, you can go rogue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. Oh, no, you did it in PUBG.
Yeah, I did that in PUBG, only because I didn't know how to land and shit.
Yeah. So, and this is the funny thing, right, is PUBG, I couldn't really get into PUBG because I think it felt like too much of a traditional first-person shooter. I couldn't get into Fortnite because it was shooting and building. Like, it was far too many things to concentrate on.
Yeah.
But both you and I have been fans of Fallout since Fallout 4.
Yeah.
We
relate to the game.
Yeah, we know the weapons, we know the way the game works, we know the mechanics of the game, we know the horrible running, how you run out of AP and all that sort of thing. Like, we know the game. So the moment they announced this, I was like, this could actually be fun. And it is. Like, the things like having guns break down and stuff like that, like, Your gun will just stop working because that's what they do in Fallout.
Yeah. I haven't had that yet.
Oh, I've had a gun die.
I think my most favourite is actually when a team manages to get all the nuke codes.
Yeah,
and they
all
set
4
the
nuke
nuke
codes
off.
in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they set off a nuke.
Yeah.
And you get like this little slither.
Yeah, and then the final circle.
On the final circle, which you've got to try and survive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've really enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy the game. It's the only game I've enjoyed where I'm absolutely guaranteed to die.
Yep.
And yet I will sit through and I'll actually watch
the rest of
the team go through, and even if they all die,
we've sat there and watched.
We've watched
the final 10 minutes.
Final team play.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one I ever watched was when it got down to the final 2,
Yep.
who were on 2 opposing teams.
Yeah.
They were the last 2 on the map, and one was on a bridge above them.
Yeah.
And the other one was below on the ground. There was actually no way
they were going to kill each other.
that they could kill each other.
Yeah.
It was virtually impossible.
It was basically who was going to hit the flame first.
Yeah, who was going to hit the flame first and who was going to survive the longest during that flame.
Yeah. The funny part about this whole thing is I did a joke like a year ago for April Fools.
Yeah.
About Fallout Battle Royale going to be announced. And here we are, a year and a half later, and it's a reality, and I love it.
Yeah. I've really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like the fact that in the lobby...
You're running around Vault 51?
Yeah, so when you're in the lobby, there's actually parts of the storyline.
Yeah, they've included story into a Battle Royale.
Yeah, into the lobby. And so as you level up in the game, you can access different areas and access different terminals and access different bits of information.
Holotapes and...
Yeah, in order to give you a sense as to what actually has happened in Vault 51. That's kept me going.
Yeah.
So
you want to know more of the story?
Yeah, I want to know more of the story. So, like, the first one is getting to level 10.
Yeah.
So being able to access a different room.
Yeah.
Access
the
different terminals.
Office.
Yeah. In order... And this is just while you're waiting. You haven't even fucking started the game yet.
Yeah.
And then you've got perks.
Yeah.
So perks you can't buy. Perks you have to get as you level up.
Yeah.
And
you
perks,
earn them.
Yeah, and these perks are like... abilities that can give you a slight advantage over everybody else.
But you can't pay to win.
But you can't pay to win.
Yeah.
So that's been motivating my play. Whereas with Fortnite, I gave it a go. It's exactly the same type of format, except I died, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. No shit's given.
Yeah.
Easy.
Realm Royale was the only other Battle Royale I've enjoyed.
Yeah. With this game, because there's a little bit of a storyline in the lobby, and the lobby can be anywhere from, you can be in there for a minute or 2 minutes, depending on how long it takes for them to find other people to play the game for your server. And so being able to quickly try and get around and get as much info as you can, like, that's been a really interesting aspect for me. Then I get to play the game.
Yeah. And
then I level up in the game, and then I've got my perks at the end of the game, and I want to look at my perks. And so it's quite a clever way of keeping somebody like me who's not a Battle Royale player.
Yeah. Interested.
All about the Battle Royale.
Yeah. So, how much have you been playing Adventure lately?
Oh, like I said, I played it twice and got better twice.
Yeah. So I probably won't bother with going back into Adventure until September, October, when they release the Wastelanders DLC, because that there's huge. Yeah,
that's going to be fun. I'm actually in there at the moment because I'm trying to get through a certain part.
Yeah.
So that's become my nemesis.
Yeah. So I just want to go back in once they've got NPCs in there.
Yeah, well, where I am, I'm picking there's going to be a shit ton of NPCs.
Okay.
And so I want to get through it before
they come back.
Before the NPCs come back.
Yeah. Before the Wastelanders come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exciting stuff. Like I'm loving this game.
Yeah. Oh, actually, if you want to play with me,
I'll
Fallout 76.
Yeah.
I'm Lady McAwesome, NZ.
Yeah. And I'm Awesomology 101. We'll flick a tweet out or something.
Yeah.
With our Xbox names. Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely if you want to team up.
Yeah.
And if you want to carry me.
Because we're playing on Xbox. We're not playing on PC or PlayStation.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. Oh, I love it when I get people who are high level than me.
Yeah. To carry you.
To carry me through.
Yeah.
And protect me from the bad guys.
Yeah.
But there's still stuff in there that I want to do, like when I get into Wasteland.
Yeah.
So not all the time. Every time I'm in the game, I'm not always trying to be that top in that top group.
Yeah.
But I've got the hacker card, so I want to try and hack a terminal.
Yeah.
And get in to see what's inside.
Yeah.
You can't do that on other ones.
No. Anyway, it must be just about time for us to wind up the show.
Yes.
If you've been playing Fallout 76, let us know what you think.
Lady McAwesome NZ.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of Fallout 76 with the updates that are coming. Tell us what you think about everything else we talked about. We talked about some pretty deep shit this week.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, so flick us
some food for thought.
Yeah, definitely food for thought. Send us your opinions at #RadioNZ on Twitter for the podcast, or you can tweet us individually, as well as Instagram and all that, all under the same usernames for us. That's myself, Fid McAwesome.
And Chris McAwesome.
Yep. And if you like the show, give us a rating on iTunes or wherever you heard the show. Tell your friends about it. And that's us for this week.
Ka kite.